And again, the call to action, grab yours here. I give this one a headline. You don't have to.
I like headlines.
Yeah, sometimes the picture just speaks for itself, but you can do that however you want to. And then this is one of my favorite parts is the imagine part.
That's another one. Yeah.
Even with a printable, I don't think that you're overselling any of your printables, guys. We've seen them. You let us do a critique on them. They're beautiful. They're amazing. They are game changing. They are life changing. So if you're like, I don't know if I can fill this out. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. You already did on the Google Doc, you guys. You're just going to cut and paste that stuff over.
Absolutely. That is why when we said like the work that you guys did last time with all of your figuring out what it is that your buyer struggles with, what are their pain points, what are their fears, what is their internal monologue, what are the things that they want in life, no matter what, like this is what they want, they feel like, all of those things. This is where you're going to literally copy and paste.
When you're in this mindset of seller, it's hard to jump into the buyer mindset. Yep. So we had you do that exercise as the buyer. So you got the exact, you were in their head, you were in the moment, you came up with the words, you came up with all the stuff. Well, now you're in seller mindset. So we don't want you to have to do that switch back and forth, because that's where I think a lot of the sales pages get muted a bit. They lose their focus halfway down, because you could kind of see when the creator of the sales page was jumping back and forth so much that their message got lost. So we want you to stay in seller mode. So that's why you have the Google Doc to grab the words, but you're keeping your head in seller mode.
Yep. 100%. You are here to change your person's life by getting them to buy your product. That's what this all is. This isn't being a bait and switch. This isn't a snake oil sale. This is, you are delivering. Imagine what your life would be like if you had felt, said, bought, traveled, wore, whatever it is. Imagine what it would be like if you didn't have to worry about all of those things that are struggling, that are keeping you down. That's what your product, and that's what it could be like with the budget binder, the RV travel guide, the decluttering masterclass, the whatever it is. And then another picture to remind them what it is that they're getting.
I have to tell you, Caroline, I think this might be my favorite layout. I really like, because you have everything on one page. You have the imagine, you have the transformation, you have the buy button, and you have the image of the product. I absolutely love this layout right here. Gorgeous.
And then spoiler alert, guys, this block right here is literally going to be one of your emails next month.
Ooh.
It's literally the same content. It's literally the exact same content. I told you I make it easy. Like I'm lazy. Oh, sorry. I'm not lazy. I'm time effective.
There you go. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're growing.
I'm growing. And we have another button. I don't like the color that this style automatically defaulted to. This like gray button. I like to make mine eye-catching.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Caroline. Do you keep the buttons the same color, or do you change those colors up?
It depends. Sometimes they're all the same color. Sometimes I change it up. Sometimes I get real fancy and make my own buttons that are glittery and sparkly and have like an arrow that points down to it. And I add it as an image, and then I have it as a link. Okay, and then we have your About You section. I made this cute little Meet Katie. I made this up. This is a random picture. But this is where, because we had some questions about like where you put the About page or the About portion, the upper part of the lower third.
Oh, that makes sense.
If people have made it to this part in the sales page, they are either looking for a buy button or are looking for a connection. They're looking for more information, which is why this is kind of like the lesser important stuff, which sounds really terrible to be like the About You page isn't important. It's not about you. It's about your transformation and how it relates to them. So this is sharing your struggle and how you overcame it, how this is the product that you wish that you had 5 years ago. That's how I always phrase it, is like, my go-to thing story, I guess, is my husband and I lived on $17,000 as a family of 4. We learned about how to save money, about how to get our budget under control. And I was able to retire him, and we were able to save up to buy a house. And I want to teach you how to learn how to manage your money.
See, and that's all it needs to be. Now, I kind of changed mine up because I have a multi-niche blog. So if I'm selling a chicken product, I tell my super quick story about chickens, or I do it about homesteading, or I do about decluttering. So and I save them all in a Google Doc. So that way, when I'm doing my sales pages, you can also copy and paste from lead pages. But I also have my Google Docs, so I can just cut and paste and move them all over.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to do it.
Keep it easy.
Keep it in a Google Doc, guys. I have a, this is another conversation for another day, but I have a HARO, like, help a reporter out, HARO, HARO. I have an entire file that includes, if they ask for a headshot URL, a bio, a link to your favorite blog post, like all of those things. I have it in a Google Doc, so I never have to think about it. I just copy, paste, done. And we call that time effective.
Yes, we do.
Here's your about you page. It's not really about you. It's about helping them to understand why you're an authority. Why should they care to listen to you?
Exactly.
Why is it important?
Why they should invest in you and your knowledge.
And so we're not talking about, an eight paragraph long thing here. We're talking like 2-sentence paragraphs, and there's 2 of them. Okay, and then there's the FAQ section. You're not going to have a whole lot of FAQs. Pro tip, full disclosure, we make up our FAQs. Most people who I've ever talked to make up their FAQs. These are the things that if you're being critical of your own product, what is your reader thinking? Is this a printable, or am I going to get something shipped to me? Is this going
foreshadowing any issues your readers might have?
Foreshadowing. That's exactly it. That's exactly what it is.
Look at me.
I'm so proud of you. But this comes back to knowing your reader. You have to know the things that are going on inside of their head. You have to know before they ever say it, like, yeah, but is this going to help me? I have a different situation. I have a different like excuses that they might come up with. Is this going to help me if I have, a 5,000 square foot house, but want to live in an RV? Is this going to help me if my kids hate vegetables? Will this meal plan help me feed them something so they don't die? All of those things that your people are thinking, address them here. And it can literally be 2. It does not matter. It can be 2,000 if you want, but that would be crazy because this is a printable. Keep it simple. Remember, like the goal here is like, this is like a 3-scroller. This sales page is like a 3-scroller. Like 1, 2, 3, you're at the bottom. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be difficult. While you answer, be honest. Like Tracy said this about her decluttering people. She's like, I don't do hoarders. So she would say that if you've kept every single piece of mail that you've ever gotten, this is not going to help you. Please seek medical attention.
Exactly.
Like, if you're like, I have a kitchen counter somewhere underneath of all the stuff that I have, but I just keep forgetting to put it away. Tracy would say, I can help you. I can help you. This product will help you buy A, B, C, and D. But say if this isn't for you. There's going to be, I like to do that. I have a question where I say specifically, like outright, this is not for you if. But it also, in my head, I say it because I've said in all of my email copy, like, if you have a question about this, email me back, and I have no problem telling you this isn't for you. I have no problem doing that, like straight up. I do not. And so in my FAQ section, I like to say something where I say, this isn't for you, because it helps them to realize I'm not just there being like, it doesn't matter if your house is burning down right now. I can help you make a pretty home. Like that's icky. That's icky marketing. And we don't want people to think that. So that's how I do it. At least you don't have to.
No, I think you're right. I think that's good when you're honest from the get-go, you're more authentic and you're more real to your people. So I agree with it 100%. Yeah.
And then here's another one of and I literally duplicated the entire timer box so that there's a reiteration of it at the bottom. And then there's your footer, and that's it.
That's it. Keep your sales page related to the product that you're selling. So it's not going to be, what, 2-3 scrolls?
Well, that last one was a little bit. So 3.5, this one is. But it's like.
Yeah. But the juiciness, the best part is at the top. So anybody that doesn't want to scroll, it's kind of the, what is it that you always say in your emails? Too long, didn't read? TLDR. Yeah. It's kind of like your TLDR of your sales page. Give them everything, the main synopsis, the main points at the top. So if they want to make a quick decision, they can do so. Don't hide the buy button.
It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be even anything that I've said here. If you're like, I don't like those kinds of sales pages, girl, you do you. This is just the framework that I think and that I've seen that has worked. You give them a header. You show them what it is. You tell them how it's going to help them. You give them a place to buy from you. All right there.
Right there.
Right there. That's it. Mm-hmm. And so if you did, have anybody ever done a heat map on their blog?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So for sales pages, what typically gets seen is everything in the top above the fold is like bright red hot. And then everything else gets really, really cold because people scroll until they get to the very bottom and then it's red hot again. So that's how I form my sales pages is the hot stuff goes at the top. The hot stuff kind of gets repeated at the bottom, reminding them what it is that they're getting inside of it. You could do it as a value stack, which is like where you would list out like get planner pages, workbook pages, guide pages, cooking pages, grocery shopping pages, affirmation pages, whatever it is. You list out each one. And then it's like 84 plus full color pages that you can print out again and again and have instant access and blah, blah, blah. You could do all of that at the bottom. Everything else in the middle, you're going to get the people who are like super analytical, who need more time to make that decision. They'll read. They'll do their due diligence, which is awesome. However, the majority of people will decide from that split second whether or not they're going to buy. Straight up, they will. And it's the same thing all the way at the bottom. Sometimes they need to scroll. Sometimes they need to get all the way to the bottom before they realize that they're ready. And that's it.
I think it looks great. Here's the thing, guys. Don't overthink it. It's like a 3-step process. Give them the title of what it is you're giving them. Give them the transformation of what your product is going to help them do, and then give them a place to buy. It really is. It all boils down to those 3 things. It really does. So, and the rest it's just the details. You know, getting the image in, getting the branded colors, getting the right words on the buy button.
That's really all that it comes down to. Something that it doesn't have to be difficult. Everything is as difficult as we make it. Because sometimes we do this and it's like we vomit information at our people. But wait, there's more. And it's like, it just feels like if I make this sales page longer, then more people will buy. That's not the case. I've seen people sell out programs with a one-page sales page. Like that's it. It's just buy this and people buy it. So it's not necessarily like the length of the sales page that freaking matters. What matters is you understanding your reader so that from the sales page, without them ever having given you money or buying anything from you, they're like, this person gets me. They get me. They're speaking my language. I just really like them. I've bought Facebook ads from people who I was like, oh my gosh, you get it. You've been there. You see it. Like, I feel so seen. I've never heard of this person before, but I bought something from them because of the way that they were talking, because of the way that they were using their words effectively.